From StoryFlo, this is your daily audio brief. Jessica here, August 27th. The news in 10. Let's start at home. Let's get into it. First, from the Bulwark, inside Ukraine's breakthrough missile deal. When British Prime Minister Andy Burnham paid his first visit to Ukraine on Monday, he brought more than best wishes for Ukraine's Independence Day. He also brought a remarkable announcement. Britain will share classified technical information that Ukraine needs to eventually assemble the Storm Shadow long-range stealthy cruise missile called SCALP in the French version. In exchange, Britain will gain access to Ukraine's extraordinary collection of battlefield data and combat lessons learned through a new artificial intelligence partnership. Moscow noticed immediately. Next, second, from the Dispatch. Dancing to Forget in Ukraine's capital city. Turn any article into a podcast. Upgrade now to start listening. Members can share articles with friends and family to bypass the paywall. KYIV, Ukraine for Ukrainians. Monday represented two milestones, one somber, the other celebratory. 4.5 years since the start of Russia's full-scale invasion and 35 years since the country gained independence from the Soviet Union. Before the war, residents of Kyiv marked the latter event with massive parades and Air Force flyovers. Up next, third, from Bloomberg Top, China's Wang Yi points to risks in meeting with U.S. ambassador. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi alluded to complications in relations with the U.S. during a meeting with Ambassador David Perdue, underscoring lingering tensions less than a month before a leaders' summit. And then, fourth, from Bloomberg Top, ZAI claims new model taking on Anthropic. OpenAI The China Show 8/27/2026. Bloomberg, The China Show is your definitive source for news and analysis on the world's second biggest economy. From politics and policy to tech and trends, Yvonne Mann and David Ingles give global investors unique insight, delivering in-depth discussions with the newsmakers who matter. Source, Bloomberg. Next, fifth, from Straits Times. Record debt and election politics raise stakes for French budget. Paris, Aug 27. France faces a particularly perilous annual budget battle in the coming months as political parties jockey for position ahead of next spring's presidential election, while increasingly anxious investors look for evidence Paris can regain control of its public finances. Up next, sixth, from Le Monde. En direct, Guerre en Ukraine, Le Point sur la situation. JavaScript is disabled in your browser. A required part of this site couldn't load. This may be due to a browser extension, network issues, or browser settings. Please check your connection, disable any ad blockers, or try using a different browser. And then, seventh, from Straits Times. Pentagon's NATO review preparing troop options for Hexith by November 6. Washington, Aug 27. A Pentagon review of U.S. troop deployments in Europe will create at least 4 sets of options for Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth by November 6, well ahead of a December deadline for the review's completion, according to a document seen by Reuters. That's the day. New here? Grab your own free feed at storyflo.com. It only takes a few seconds.